Hey, out there in YouTube land. Hope you can see me. My name is Dan Watson. I'm an old retired mechanic that live in central Idaho. It's like the 6th of July, 2024. I wanted to take this time to introduce you to a piece of equipment that I have developed for the Rockhound and lapidary industry, or hobby for me. So I want to show you some of it, how it works, and bear with me because I'm not too good at video, and it's my first video, so all right, hang on. This is what I call a Positionit. What it's designed to do is to take the old traditional slab saw that you see there and turn it into a piece of equipment that can be utilized more than just slabbing. And when we talk about slabs, what we're doing is trying to cut a piece of stone into a slab. It's just a small piece. But in the industry, or in Yellowstone River in Montana, everybody loves to try to chase down this beautiful moss agate. And what you end up doing is chasing it. Those are called dendrites. It makes these beautiful marks inside there. And you'll start cutting it one way, and then you'll start, you're trying to chase those dendrites to give you a nice, beautiful pattern. So what you end up doing is whacking that stuff in every kind of direction you could imagine. They're inside there. You cut them one way and see if you got it, and you cut it another way, and eventually that beautiful piece gets down so small you can't put it in your saw anymore. Or you have to glue it to a piece of wood, but once you get it in the wood, then you realize that, darn it, it needs to go the other way. Yeah, I got tired of that. Being the old inventor or mechanic or whatever you want to call me, I decided to build something that would allow us to do that and make cuts in different positions. And this is it. This is how it turned out anyway. It's made out of Libby Owens carbon fiber dock building material. Fiberglass and carbon fiber. It's tougher than nails. Uh-oh. Here I'll go getting stuck on stupid again. I'm an old timer, and sometimes that brain just doesn't keep up with my mouth, so but bear with me. The whole object of this guy is you can clamp it in your saw, and you can turn the rock, the stone, in any position. You can rotate it, you can move it in and out. I've got one set up in my saw over there I'm going to cut for a little bit. Here's another piece of that famous stone out of the Bruno Desert that everybody talks about. Another one of those you got to chase down the patterns. I've used this quite a bit. This is one of the first pieces I did just to test the saw to see how much it could hold. There's always a worry of it breaking off and screwing up your saw. This is a plenty good sized piece of rock, and I put it on there, and the way I attach it to the dops, this is what I call a dop. It allows you to adjust anywhere you want it, basically. On the end, it's cut, so I use JB welds for metal, and we attach it on there. Those cuts are to make sure it get enough to hold it on. Here's a piece. Oh, I want to show you. This is the reason I built this thing also, is not only can you cut some slabs, but you can cut different shapes. So you can use the rocks or your stones or whatever you want to do. Some of it's not slab material, but if you want a nice display piece of material, you can take and cut it and polish this. But fact is, I don't even work with my age now and my hands and eyes. I don't polish much anymore. So I just I just wanted to show you what some of the things you can cut. I've actually cut a diamond shape with it. Here's a piece. I wanted to show you how we attach them with that JB weld. Once you put it on there, it don't come off. It does when you want to take it off. What you do is, I got a heater and I just heat right here. Let that get warm. It'll get warm up and it'll pop right off. So this was a pretty good size stone when it was whole. This saw I didn't have any problem cutting it. Actually, I spun it around and cut it. I cut till it got deep to the center, and I just took it and turned it and kept on sawing. So it allows you to cut any kind of cut that you're probably not used to doing with a slab saw. It's a pretty simple little project. You just put it in your saw, clamp down, or you can stand it up if you got the stand-up size. Put it in and adjust it away. I kind of made these the idea of some of them, if they wanted to put an odd shape. If you can't move your clamps, you can put this here, this one side or the other. Let me see how that would go, I guess. Something like so. It'll allow you to move. You catch my drift, I hope. These are the kind of stuff that's hard to cut. It's cool. It's nice to look at, but it's hard to cut in a regular slab saw. You can't figure out which way to put it. Yeah, you just glue it on there. You could glue it on the front if you wanted to. You glue it right there, and wherever the case may be, and turn it and put it wherever you want to. So I've got another video that shows how to dop them, how to glue them on the dop, and my contact information. Let's see if you can see it here. There's my contact information. So if you want to call me and talk about them, or I would really enjoy some of the fellows or folks that like to work with the saws, ladies, whatever. If you want to talk, we can figure out different ways to use them. They're also usable in different industries, engraving and such as that. So you could put anything, you could clamp it in. You can almost hold it in any position. So, and it'll hold a lot. So anyway, I got that one over there in the saw. Let me take a break here and I'll walk over and video that. It's hotter than the dickens right now, so hang on.